Welcome to my channel where I try to break down accounting and tax topics to help small business owners, taxpayers, or anyone else who's just genuinely curious. Who is required to file taxes? That's easy. Everyone. Well, that's not really true. You're generally required to file a tax return for a tax year when your gross income is more than a standard deduction. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is gross income? That's easy. It's simply all income received unless it's specifically exempted from tax by the IRS. So that would include things like wages, tips, taxable scholarships, taxable income, taxable interest, dividends, etc. However, some exclusions would be tax-exempt interest, life insurance, stimulus payments, just to name a few. For the purposes of the filing test, you must include home sale proceeds, even if they are partly or entirely excludable from income. Remember, this is a requirement for filing taxes, not necessarily paying them. The numbers change according to inflation year by year, but in 2022, the standard deduction for a single person would be $12,950. That's up from $12,450 from 2021. Married filing jointly is up to $25,900, up from $25,100. So as you can see, the numbers don't dramatically change year to year, but they do get adjusted. This is something that you would want to keep an eye on depending on how much you earn annually. There are also adjustments for age and disability. So if you're over the age of 65 or blind, a deduction is actually increased by $1,400. The amount is also increased to $1,750 if you're unmarried and you're not a surviving spouse. Other situations where you would want to file would be if you qualify for like a stimulus payment and you didn't receive it. Oftentimes you can claim the refund on your actual tax return. This would be true even if you didn't owe the IRS any money, and even if you didn't have a job or earn anything throughout the year, you essentially could submit a claim to get your stimulus payment. If you're self-employed and your net self-employed earnings are greater than $400, you are actually required to file taxes. You'd have to fill out a Schedule C, and then you'd have to file the Form 1040. If you're not sure how to do that, I do have a couple of videos going step by step on how to do just that, so be sure to check those out. Another overlooked area is getting a refund on overpaid taxes. So let's say if you made $10,000 last year and you had withholdings of, let's say, $1,000, you wouldn't be required to file taxes. You could just keep it moving. However, if you filed your taxes anyway, you would qualify for the standard deduction of roughly $12,900 for this year. That would mean you shouldn't have paid any federal taxes, so you could get your $1,000 back as a refund. So if you qualify for the earned income credit, you would definitely want to file your taxes even if you aren't required to. Earned income is essentially a stimulus payment that's offered to lower income individuals. It's a system that's set up on a bell curve to incentivize working. So if you don't earn any money, you don't qualify for earned income. Then when you start to earn a little bit of money, you start earning more and more in earned income credits. Then you get to a certain point where earned income starts to decrease until it's completely phased out. If you have a child and they just started working, you may be wondering how this would impact your taxes. If they're a qualifying child, meaning that they passed the relationship, the residence and age test, basically they're your child, and they don't provide more than 50% of their own support, you can still claim them on your taxes like you've always done. However, if they had a job throughout the year and they had IRS withholdings, you'd be wise to check their W-2 to see if filing for a refund would make sense. If it costs you less to file than the refund due, then obviously you'd want to file for the refund. But generally speaking, if you're just a regular person and you hold a job and you make less than a standard deduction, you're not required to file. But like I mentioned earlier, you might still want to. So if you qualify for various credits, stimulus payments, or like a refund on your taxes paid, you would definitely want to go ahead and file. I hope that cleared things up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.